This is Miss Lizzie, and I want to welcome you to the Queen Lizzie podcast. Together, we will go through the history of Rosewood, Florida, and watch as the once prosperous town rises out of the bloodshed, fire, and ash to reveal the people, the memory, and the legacy of Rosewood. Watch every Thursday on Facebook and YouTube, or listen to our story on Apple or Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. Hello, everybody. I am Lizzie Polly Robinson Brown Jenkins, representing not only the Rosewood Foundation, but the personal testimonies and history of cherished friends and family. We are now watching the Queen Lizzie podcast. Today, we are talking with Dr. Cynthia Moore Chestnut. Welcome, Dr. Chestnut.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I'm honored to be here.
And I am happy to have you here. I am honored too. And we're going to talk about Rosewood. We're going to talk about the parade. But I think we're going to start off talking about Rosewood because you know a lot about Rosewood and how we got from point A to point B. So I'm going to start with showing a picture, and I don't want you all to try to read and remember everything is on here. I'm just briefing you. Just take a look. This is where Rosewood information started from my memory, from what my mom taught me. And it says on here, Rosewood from the eyes of Lizzie Jenkins. Now, what you don't know, I'm going to tell you today. The person that I had in the office with me was there from day one with this young man. He was our governor at the time, and it says Governor Lawton Childs signs the Rosewood bill. And I want you to know that Dr. Cynthia Moore Chestnut was there, and she is going to further explain what happened and how it happened.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, the Rosewood Foundation had been of great concern to the entire Florida Legislative Black Caucus, the whole session. We've been working with you, working with the doctor family, your family, and trying to bring some closure.
Right.
It brings some closure to a very, very tragic happening in our Florida history. And we come to the end of the session. The last night of the session is when a lot of things happen.
Yes.
And the Black Caucus had been working with the Democratic Party the whole session. We were at the end. It didn't look like we were going to get closure. And so we just about shut the house down.
Yes, I remember. Absolutely.
We did. We were unified, the Senate and the House, and said that this must be done. We must send a message to all Floridians that we will not tolerate actions like this, and that we want people to remember their history. Because it's said that if you don't remember your history, you'll make the same mistake again.
Yes.
And so we were able to hold everything together, and just about midnight, we met with Speaker Johnson, and we got the Rosewood bill passed.
Yes, you did.
Which included scholarships for Rosewood descendants to go to college.
Yes.
To become educated, to carry on the history and the legacy.
Wonderful. Was that Bo Johnson?
Yes, it was. It was.
Yes, and one of the most important things you just mentioned about the scholarship, there are more than 300 Rosewood descendants have used that scholarship and graduated from college. Our most recent graduate is his last name is Monroe, and now he works for Morgan and Morgan law firm.
How wonderful!
So
wonderful.
it was a hit. And when you said almost shut the house down, are you sure y'all didn't shut the house down?
Well, I wanted to be a little modest.
But you all were tough. You stood in solidarity.
Yes, we
You
did.
stood firm. And believe, we appreciate it. I was not there personally, but in spirit, we were there
Yeah.
praying and working for you all. And as an outcome, as a result of that, we have done other things. And that gave me, when you all passed that bill, I knew we needed to do more. And I'll tell you all who are listening, my interest, my aunt, my mom's sister, was the school teacher. And like you just said, we can't allow that to repeat. We can't allow
Not
it.
again.
It's ugly history, but it's history that we cannot erase. It cannot repeat itself. So what you all did, I became fixated with doing more researching, as my mom said, keeping that history alive, documenting, telling the truth. So one day, just sitting around after you all had opened the doors and gave me courage to get out there and work on my own, I decided to call Governor Bush, Jeb Bush, and I wanted to make sure we had a marker, that a marker was erected in the name of history. And this is the Rosewood marker, and you probably have seen it, but I just want you to let you know that we do have copies here. And I called not one time, two times, three times. The third time,
Third time charm.
all right. All right. And the third time I called, I was not very pleasant. It was like shutting the house down. I let them know, you are going to make sure Rosewood is remembered. So they said, well, Mrs. Jenkins, when can you get us the script? I said, what's your email address? Had already written it. And I forwarded to them. And a few months later, not only did they read the script, they also completed the marker. I want you to see this, okay? This young man delivered the marker to me at my house, and we kept it there for until May 4, 2004. Wasn't it May 4, 1994 when Governor Lawton Child signed the bill? I think it was.
I believe you're correct.
Right, and
believe you're
10
correct.
years to the date,
Date.
Governor Bush came to Rosewood and erected that marker. It is still there. It has been damaged, but it's still there.
But it's part of history.
It's part of history.
Yeah. One thing that was so moving to me during this whole process was the testimony of the descendants. And I believe it was your aunt that came to Tallahassee, sat in the house and testified about, she was actually there.
Minnie Lee Langley?
From Jacksonville?
Yes.
Yes.
Minnie Lee, people don't know it. But no, you finish your statement.
But it was her testimony.
Yes.
When she gave that, I think people had to be moved.
Exactly.
They had to be.
I-
They had to take action.
Okay, people think that she is related to me. She's not. However, her grandmother reared her. Her grandmother was who was her grandmother? The mother of James Carrier. James Carrier is my uncle Aaron Carrier's father.
Okay.
He was the young man that was murdered because he came from hunting one day from work
Oh, yes.
and knew not about what had happened, and they wanted him to know, and he could not answer them, so they killed him. His wife, Aunt Emma, was already ill. So the next year, in 1924, she died. Okay, she just could not live without her husband. And she left five children and two grands. Minnie Lee was her oldest grand. The kids had no place to go. So my uncle, Aaron Carrier, and my aunt, M.G. Mahalda, reared those kids in Jacksonville. And as we speak, I have requested the records, the school records,
Oh, good.
and they I like supporting evidence. And they are going to send those records. But her testimony was awesome.
It was.
And people were moved.
It was.
And she lives on. Not even her family knows that. But see, when I get this information from the school board, I will be able to share it with her family to let them know she was reared by her uncle. So the story goes on, and I'm glad you're here so we can authenticate even more. And people don't know, but I want them to know that you were a great part involved in this. And I also want them to know that your husband, Charles, is a Rosewood resident. His family is from Levy County.
His grandmother.
What was her name?
Hattie Ware.
Hattie, exactly. I have a copy of the Wares on
Ware.
the yes, that was his grandmother, right?
Correct.
Right, and I love for him to that poem. What's his favorite poem?
Invictus?
Crystal, no, there is no crystal stairs. Can't remember by Langston Hughes.
It's Langston Hughes.
Yes.
It's Langston Hughes.
Crystal something.
I know the one you're talking about.
Age.
Yeah. age. But I know the one you're talking about. It's Langston Hughes.
Yes. And whenever we do our galas each year, he always recited that poem, and he would always share with us coming from his experience with a police officer down there, because his grandfather drove a Cadillac probably bigger than the one the police owned, and they stopped him one time, and Charles tell that story. So we're talking history, you all. This is our history, and this is called My Conversation Piece, not Piece, but Conversation Piece, Peace. So we are talking. We are having a wonderful time. Anything else you would like to add?
No, I can't think of any.
Okay, but now I want to show you, and some of you have seen it, I want to show you the photos of my aunt. She lived a fearful life. She changed her name more than 5 times. Okay, and these are pictures of her right here. When she left Archer, this one right here, she took a job, in Jacksonville as a domestic engineer working for Dr. Rollins. The ladies that you see sitting up there standing near her, they are nurses. They had no idea she was a teacher. Okay, so her degree was higher than theirs, but they never knew it. She never said anything. So she worked for this doctor and took care of these Aaron's family for years. She never told the doctor's wife that she was a school teacher. So one day it rained, and she walked to work every morning. After getting the kids ready for school, she walked to work one morning and it rained. And the doctor's wife, can't think of her name, brought her home this particular day and saw all of these children. So the next day she asked her, "Are these your children?" She said, "No, they are my husband's family." So then she started buying more food.
Oh, that was
so that
nice.
She could cook bigger meals for them, and then she would give her the leftovers to take home. They had it rough. But in spite of, we're here talking about it today. Okay, we are going to take a quick break.
Okay.
And we will be right back. So that's about time for our first half. We're going to head to a quick break, and we'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Meldon Law has been serving personal injury victims since 1971. In those days, Jeffrey Meldon's presence as an attorney in the music scene dubbed him with the nickname the Hippie Attorney. And although times have changed, 2 things haven't: our commitment to bettering our community by helping the injured,
Albert, are you ready to go to the game?
and our love for the Florida Gators.
If you bleed orange and blue, Meldon Law is the firm for you.
I am Black History.
I am Rosewood Black History.
I am Florida
and America's Black History, and you are too.
January 1st, 1923, the KKK insurrectionists attacked Rosewood, killing 5, burning it down.
Because a white woman lied and cried, a black man assaulted me. Rosewood redevelopment is on its way.
Want to help? Visit rosewoodflorida.com.
Welcome back to Queen Lizzie Podcast, brought to you weekly from the Steve Spurrier Podcast Room at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. We are back with Dr. Cynthia Moore Chestnut. The Queen Lizzie Podcast is brought to you by Campus USA Credit Union, live from the Meldon Law Gator Studios at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Special thanks to Greg Bradley, Allstate Insurance. Okay, we are back and we're going to change gears. We're going to talk about something that is interesting, like Christmas is coming up soon, and we are going to concentrate on making our community a happier place and bringing season greetings to you. And I'm going to let Dr. Moore Chestnut explain this to you because she is the chairperson. So take it away.
Thank you, and thank you for this opportunity. Well,
You're welcome.
for 33 years, we have not had a holiday parade in the city of Gainesville. The last one was in 1990.
Wow.
And my son and I participated last Christmas in the city of Alachua parade.
Okay.
And it was the hometown spirit. The people were so warm. It was just a wonderful experience. And I said to myself, what happened to Gainesville? All around us, people are having holiday parades, everyone except the city.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back to the city in January, and I said, we should have a holiday parade. And they said, yes, good idea. You go do it. So we had a very rough year with GRU, with this thing, that thing happening. And so I didn't get back to them until after things were settled with GRU. I went back in October, and I said, it's time. We are getting ready to plan the parade. And they said, oh, it's too late. We can't afford it. We can't spend any public money on this. If you want to have a parade, go raise the money. I said, I will.
Okay.
I will.
And you have?
I've raised over $60,000
Wow.
from the community. So the whole parade is paid for by private donors.
Okay. Wonderful.
And the community just responded. But who they responded to, all I had to do was say the Grand Marshal of the parade is the former Heisman Trophy winner, Coach Steve Spurrier.
And we are here today.
in his restaurant. When I said that Steve Spurrier was the Grand Marshal, that's all it took.
All right.
And people have just come on board. I think we're going to have a fantastic event.
I think so.
And next year, I don't know how I'm going to top Steve Spurrier. He may have to come back again.
Okay.
But it has been just fantastic. I think that people are smiling. They smile
Yes.
when they think about it. It's something warm to bring the whole community together. And so this is
Exactly.
a community parade sponsored by the community for the community.
Exactly.
With the city, now city staff, I'm telling you, they are doing all of the legwork in the background.
Okay.
They're doing all of the legwork, and it would not be possible without their help. But
Right.
funding, we've had to, just go with private.
That's perfect. I know when I read it, I got excited. I filled out my application
Yes.
immediately.
Good.
Then I called Freddie and said, Freddie, I need a car. I have a car
good.
that has been donated.
Oh, good.
Okay, so I will be in this parade. I am so excited. And you know what? Christmas is a time that's really sad for me because, it's sad because I feel so alone. No close family members. But I'm excited. I'm looking forward
Well,
to
good,
this.
good,
Yes, yes,
good,
yes,
good.
yes, yes, I am. Is it anything else we need to know?
Well, we have just about 100 units.
Wow.
Yeah, we weren't expecting that many, but just about 100 units in the parade. It will start at the old Central Florida office supply
Okay,
at 6th Street. So it's going to actually start at Santa Fe Blunt Center
okay,
and move east to the school board.
okay.
So it's 1 mile, 13 blocks. We will have a commentator or narrator at the Bo Diddley Park when it reaches that section. But we have everybody's in the parade. It's just so many things. Today, other cities, the town of Micanopy called. They're going to be in the parade.
Okay.
We have horses. We have
Okay.
just a lot. And I want to thank our prime sponsors, Cox Communications
Okay.
and UF Health
Okay.
are our premium. And then we have gold sponsors. That's Morgan and Morgan,
Oh, wonderful.
the Collier Company, Nathan Collier,
Yes, yes.
GFL Environmental, that's
Okay.
Kevin Smith with them. And I think those are our gold sponsors.
Okay.
And we've got different levels. Gas sponsors, Gas South, which
Okay.
used to be Infinite Energy, Rad Sports
Okay.
is out here at Celebrations, Warehouse Company, and we have a host of Sapphire sponsors.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And we are going to have vendors?
Not this year,
Not this
because
year?
we started so late. But next year we plan to have vendors.
Okay.
We sort of want to make it like a Hallmark Village next year.
Okay.
And,
All right. I'll be there.
Yeah,
next
of
year.
course, of course. And then I have to say that we have volunteers who are going to be there to help us with the parade. They will have on their volunteer T-shirt and have their elves.
Okay. All right.
They'll be Santa's helpers.
Wonderful.
But lots of the PK Young Band, the East Side High Band,
Yes.
lots of students.
Just a family affair.
A family affair.
Christmas
a family
celebration.
affair. Family affair. So the parade is at noon, and then I want to get this. Then at 4:00 or 3 to 5, there will be a holiday dance for young people, for children, at the Bo Diddley Plaza.
Okay.
And at 5:30 to 8, we'll have the holiday light celebration at the Thomas Center, where we will light the Christmas tree.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, the day. Okay,
A
wonderful.
full day,
Full
full
day. I may not be there the entire time, but I'm going to enjoy myself while I am there.
Oh, please do. Please do.
Yes, yes, yes. And also, I'm going to take a little break. Not a break, but I want you all to know that this is also being brought to you by the Real Rosewood Foundation. And if you want to sign up as a member, you don't have to pay. Just go and subscribe, I should say, at rosewoodflorida.com so that you will be added to the membership list, and you will get all of the emails that are being sent to you or that are being, focused, and you will be able to follow us and keep up with us. And if you want to make a donation, you have my permission to make a donation because we are building a museum in Archer, and we are working with Gainesville, the city of Gainesville, Alachua County, because we are about the business, or in the business to communicate, to become friends with each other and help each other network, okay, to make Alachua County the best.
Yeah. May I add one thing?
Oh, you may add.
One of your sponsors, Campus USA, is also a Sapphire sponsor of the parade.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I know Jerry Benton, and I know he's listening. Hi, Jerry.
Yes.
Yes, wonderful.
Yeah, I work with Sarah over there.
Okay.
Sarah Desmartin, but they were one of the first. They were one of the first sponsors.
Okay, I think he was one of the first people I asked. And he said to me, well, we are in the parade too. And I yes. Hi, Jerry, again.
Yeah.
But it's so rewarding to know that people are so supportive of. So everybody is thinking along the same line. We want to do.
Something positive. We want to
Yes.
be family oriented. We want to get in the spirit. So
Exactly.
I think they should see the parade as a gift, as a
Exactly.
present
Yes.
from the community to the community for the community.
I agree. I have to agree. Even as I said, Christmas is not one of my favorite times, but I am in the spirit. I am of the spirit, for the spirit, and I'm
Good.
ready.
Good.
And
Good,
I'm
good,
ready
good.
for this event to take place. And I thank you and your committee. Thank you because you said you did the groundwork. I thank you so very much for reaching outside
Yes.
of the box.
But it's been me and city staff
right.
and the commission.
Yes.
Commission working with us as well. But this is a team approach.
Okay. But I still appreciate you.
Thank
It's
you.
you initialized it. Okay, it's your idea. You brought it back to us, and you're presenting it. But we thank them too.
Yes,
Uh-huh,
we
we
do.
thank them
And
too.
hopefully it will continue after this. Hopefully it will continue.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I don't think. Oh, by the way, since I'm talking about my foundation and my website, it's rosewoodflorida.com, and I have a couple of books that you may purchase. Just go and preview the website. All 40 podcasts, programs. If you want to go back and review some of them, they are there. I have so many board members and so many good people. I even have Charles is on my board, is on my website in his funeral home. And I don't know if you all know Charles. Charles is an excellent person, and I'm not just saying that because you're here. And let me say this. Charles should have been a millionaire. You know why he's not? Because when people did not have money, he still was a very excellent humanitarian. Thank you, Charles.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia.
Thank you.
I know you had a lot to do with it because you are Mrs. Charles Chestnut III. We thank you all for your service, and I'm serious when I say this. Because when my aunt expired in 1948, Hughes and Chestnut, okay,
His grandfather.
Exactly, and we still have that document. Would you like to have some closing words or
Yes.
words? Okay.
I'd just like to say to all of our friends out there, join us December 2nd at noon for the very GNV holiday parade. Very GNV holiday parade at 12 o'clock, December 2nd. Thank you
Okay.
so much for this opportunity.
Oh, you are very welcome. I'm honored too. I am continuously humbled, honored, and blessed to meet people daily and invite them to join in peace building, healing, and reconciliation through learning about the history of Rosewood. That will wrap up today's episode. I am Queen Lizzie. Until next time, this is my Rosewood story, and I'm sticking to it. Goodbye.